Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw tips and tricks. A little bit more difficult, but the reason I decided to do the video is I'm gonna show you a couple of new tools. Well, not new, but things you can do to make these curved lines. So we're gonna just nudge this out of the way, make sure we get it all. And we're gonna use a six-sided polygon, which I use a lot. Then we're gonna make a duplicate of that and bring this one over. Holding down that corner little node, hit the plus key and then grab that corner node and have it snap to it. And that's pretty much what we want. Now we can actually delete these lines because we're gonna go about it a little bit differently. We need a straight line to about the center. And I don't know if I'm working in the center of the page, so it's not gonna really work. Maybe I should have left those lines for just a second, because that's going to be kind of like the center of the page, but I need to go draw a 2-point line from there to there, and then a 2-point line from there to there, and you can kind of see what I'm getting at. And then I need a 2-point line from, let's go from the top down, because we kind of need this L and this other little piece. So we're gonna just delete that right there. And we can actually delete all this other stuff. It'll kind of maybe make it a little bit easier to understand. This thing is 3 inches. We're gonna set our nudge factor on 5. We're gonna take the Smart Fill tool and fill this in and nudge it over. Fill this in and we'll nudge it over. What that did, it gave us 2 new pieces that are solid. Left click, right click, no outline. And now I'm going to grab the node. I'm going to delete these other nodes. I don't even know why they would be there, but I'm going to grab that node. I'm going to go to Windows, Dockers, and Corners. And I've got it set on 2 inches. So I'm going to do that 2 inches. And then if we look back, I need the other one at 2 inches. I'm going to delete these extra nodes. And I might be a little bit too big for my, the 2 inches might be a little bit much, but it'll work. Now, actually, there's 2 trains of thought. This one has square corners. This one has rounded corners. I'm going to do the rounded corner. And this is what I was trying to explain. Now, if we grab this node and do the same, we got that peak right there. So now if we nudge that over and nudge this over, but I actually want that other piece to go into that piece, so I'm going to delete that node. And now I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool and make sure it doesn't leak, and I'm going to put these 2 together. Now, this should be the center of our rotation. So we're going to bring in indexing lines and hit P, and I've got them turned off. See, I'm not even close, but we can get around that. So I'm going to delete these 2 for a second. I am going to grab this and I'm going to put this corner right here in the center of the page. And that's why I like working in the center of the page. Now we're going to take this one. You don't have to nudge it over, but I get used to nudging things over. Then we're going to take the interactive fill tool, and we're going to come down. We're going to add a little black. We're not really going to do anything on the other piece. We're just going to leave it blue. Now we got what we want. We're going to nudge these out of the way. And now we can't see that corner, but it's there. I'm going to group this together, Control G, Control D to duplicate it, and put my center rotation to that center. And then I'm going to rotate it 120 degrees. Control D again. And there it is. Now, when you add an outline by right-clicking black, it actually makes it look a lot better. As you can see, it looks like the pieces are twisted. And you could do it, I did it without square corners or rounded corners. And you could play, you could play with the shadowing of, I'll tell you what, let's just back up here. When you do that, make sure you only have one copy, so move that out of the way. See, I've got two. So I want to take that and make sure it's out of the way. Now I need to ungroup it for a second because I just want this piece. And then let's use the interactive fill tool on it. And maybe we'll put a little bit of black at the very bottom, just the tip. Just ever so slightly, a little bit of black. Now group this together, Control G, Control D to duplicate it. Bring back our indexing lines. Double click on the rotation and put it there. See, there's no way you could do that if you didn't use indexing lines. And then rotate it 120 degrees. Control D, 240 degrees. And there you have it. Now this, it really kind of looks better with the a little bit of shadowing on that edge. And I think the black line actually adds to it. Now, if you put, a background, if you made this, let's say we made this black, go to Object, Order, Back a Page, it really makes it stand out. It actually looks like that's going into infinity. So that's how, one reason I decided to make the video is show you how to make these corners, with an object that's already there. Pretty cool design. Hope that helped. Thank you for watching.